Hi everyone, this is Joe Glass, the writer of The Miracles. Obviously I'm really excited to have you on board our Kickstarter campaign, and thank you so much for backing already, if you've already backed. And thank you to everyone who's been sharing the project far and wide. Obviously the further we can get this project out to, the more people can find it. Now, something which I know that a lot of you might have done, there's a lot of you following the project who aren't actually backing, so there might be a lot of people with a lot of questions about what exactly is involved in The Miracles. So I decided to do this little video to explain to you a few extra things about The Miracles, which hopefully might help you to back or might help you to decide whether you want to share it with other people. And yeah, hopefully this will be a big help for you. People who've been following me for a very long time will know that I've been making a number of books over the years, including The Pride, Glitter Vipers and Acceptable Losses. In terms of The Miracles, I would say that it sits somewhere in between The Pride and Glitter Vipers. And previously someone once asked me if Glitter Vipers was gay wrath and The Pride was gay pride, what was The Miracles? And it is definitely LGBTQ content. There is definitely an LGBTQ story, more on that in a little bit. But there's also the fact that it is generally the broadest story which I've done to date. It is not just LGBTQ focused, not that the others were either, and as such it kind of sits more somewhere in the middle of the spectrum between those two sort of elements. Similarly, it's a slightly more mature take than I would say The Pride is. The main goal of The Pride was to create a LGBTQ book about superheroes that was all ages accessible, more or less, or at least of the sort of maturity content that you would expect of your average Justice League or Avengers title. Instead, The Miracles is a slightly more mature take on superheroes, something more akin to perhaps a Miracle Man or Invincible in terms of tone and maturity level that you can expect in the story. Similarly, that does mean there is going to be some language, there are some sexy scenes, there is generally a lot more content which would not be something which I would approach in an all ages book. So The Miracles is probably more ideal for 15 and up, or possibly even older. The story that you'll be getting in The Miracles Book 1, Secrets, is technically an entire story in and of itself, but you may have noticed that I am technically referring to it as Book 1. Ideally, if I did get enough help with this book, then I would like to do sequels. Me and the team have ideas for where this would go on, and in my mind I kind of see the world of The Miracle family going on for a few sort of stories, probably actually a triptych of stories, and so we'll actually get a trilogy. As of now, this story is entirely self-contained, so the book that you will get will be a full, complete story, so that if it winds up the only thing we ever wind up doing in this world, you won't feel like there's too much left hanging. But what open elements there will be things which fans could speculate about and enjoy themselves, and create their own sort of scenarios for years to come. But in the meantime, you would actually get a full story which doesn't feel like it's just a dangling plot thread left at the end. I can't really say much about this, but technically yes, there is a villain in The Miracles. I can't really speak too much about them because to describe too much of them would actually be massive spoilers for the story. But there is definitely a villain in The Miracles. The main element, as I say, is a story about family, and it's definitely about the secrets which family keeps and that people keep from their loved ones. But it is also an element where there is a villain to the piece, and we will be seeing that villain who is a little bit different, a little bit dark, and a little bit uncommon for the superhero genre, I think. So we're going to see him, and I think a lot of people are going to find him recognizable. And that's about all I'm going to say. The end goal amount is as large as it is because technically that's how much the book costs. That is simply how much it costs to pay an artist to draw 120 pages of art and not have to sort of have multiple other jobs in the meantime, so that they can A, give it its full concentration, but also are not killing themselves doing the artwork. It's also the amount that you need to pay the colorist. It's also the amount that you need to pay the letterer, and printing itself is going to cost at least 10 grand alone. So definitely this is just a case that this is how much it costs to make comic books. It's also worth noting that I don't have the privilege of having masses of savings behind me, and as such I do require all the help I can get to make any of my projects a reality. This is more common than you might think, and I think that's the wonderful thing about crowdfunding platforms. They allow people from all backgrounds, no matter their situation, no matter their financial background, to be able to make the things that they really dream about making. Both. This has actually come up a few times, but both books will have the Kevin Wilder cover. There is not a separate cover for either of the versions. It is just that Kevin Wilder's cover will be on the hardcover and on the trade paperback. It's more the quality of the book encasing itself that is changing. We may try to do a few extra little tricks on the hardcover, so that you might get a few sort of extra elements to just add its sort of gorgeousness. Similarly, the hardcover comes with about 20 extra pages of behind the scenes material, so people who have the hardcover will see even more behind the scenes of what was involved in the creation of the Miracles than those who opt for the trade paperback version. Well, the answer to this is simply, it's me, so yes. Basically everything I've written and everything I intend to write will include LGBTQ characters and content, and would put them at the forefront, not just as a background sort of bit of set dressing. As such, without giving too many spoilers away, yes, I can confirm that at least one of the main characters is LGBTQ. Moreover, they go through a character arc which would possibly be described as LGBTQ interest. Obviously, mentioned it's secrets, and there's a lot to do with secrets coming out, so it's worth bearing that in mind if your main thing that you support me for in the past is my LGBTQ focused work. The Miracles is definitely part of that. It is, however, also the broadest accessibility work that I've ever done to date, and as such, if you are not LGBTQ, or if you generally avoid books which are LGBTQ, you will find stuff in this which you will definitely enjoy. I would say that you shouldn't avoid LGBTQ. You're going to find a lot of stuff which you'll enjoy if you actually open up to that too. But yeah, I would say that this is going to be an LGBTQ content book which is accessible to absolutely everyone. It is also my broadest title to date. Okay, I hope that covers a lot of the most common questions which we've been getting here at the Miracles campaign, as to what the Miracles is about and what you can expect with the rewards and the content of the book itself. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will check out the campaign and decide that you are going to back. That would be an amazing help, and we would really appreciate it. Me and the entire team love this project. It really means a lot to me, this story, so I would really appreciate any kind of help that you can give. Obviously, even if it's just like $1, if you can throw us a buck our way, it will help us move a little bit closer towards goal. Similarly, sharing and spreading the campaign all around the internet is a massive help. So if you are a writer and do articles, I would very definitely open up for doing articles and interviews on the project. Similarly, just sending out the campaign link on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your TikTok. None of us are particular TikTokers, so if any of you guys like TikTok and you're good at TikTok, then feel free to mention the Miracles there. You'll be doing us a massive favor. Okay, so again, thanks so much. Thank you so much for backing if you've already backed, and I hope that if you've been checking out and making that decision now, I hope this has helped and that you might join us in the Miracles family.